everyone, this is Zen. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, join the little community. Oh no, let's change our words. Let's change our word choice. Not little, large community. Let's speak it into the universe, Our large community. I don't have a name yet, but I'm gonna come up with a name. Trust, I'm gonna come up with a name. But you're welcome to subscribe, like the video if you resonate. But today, we're going to talk about intuition and how I personally strengthen my intuition. But first, let's define it, because it's kind of a difficult thing to, I guess, identify. In the past, I kind of had like this situation of, people would say trust your gut. That's another term for it, trusting your gut or having an inner knowing. But then again, you would be in situations and then you could sometimes confuse that with anxiety. And I had a lot of problems with that in the past. But I would say intuition is more of like a gentle call, a calm saying, or a calm, speech to yourself. I don't know, a message. And then anxiety is more like a yell, or a scream, or like a whine or something like that. Just very panicky, and it brings other feelings into it, like, a fast heartbeat, butterflies. I associate butterflies with kind of like panicky feelings, but it gives you like a tenseness, and intuition is more like I don't think you should be doing that, or maybe we should try a different route, or maybe we should do something different. Intuition is kind of like that, and I feel like the more that I spent time strengthening that, it helped me out tremendously, so I could tell the difference off rip. What is what? It's been a long time coming. And I'm looking down because I have notes just to, have good perspective and not leave anything out. But going back to intuition is an inner knowing, an inner voice, an inner speech within yourself. I think I had this theory that intuition is kind of like, I think of there's spirit guides up there and there's spirit guides in here. That's kind of like been my realization. Like, we are a spirit, and we also have spirits specifically tailored towards us that are watching us that we could tap into as well. It's kind of like we could tap into ourselves and we could tap up there. So for me, I'm just going to share my ways of how to, tap in and understand and better, feel out your intuition. But then again, the way that everybody taps into their intuition is different. Whatever feels right for you, I'm just sharing my experience. A clean diet and hydration works for me, because I feel like when I eat really low, heavy, dense foods like high salt or high fat foods, mind you, I haven't had meat in like almost 5 years. And I couldn't really make decisions for myself 5 years ago. I couldn't really hear clearly what was going on. I was a very discombobulated, confused teenager, because I was just asking everybody for help. I had poor guidance. I wasn't, utilizing or using my intuition as often as I do now. Subtle things. I feel like this whole experience just was a domino effect for me, and it just took time, and it took patience, and I really wasn't too conscious about it. But now that I look back, I'm like, oh, this is how this came about. So me eating clean is just something that helps me feel better. And when you feel better, you can think better. When you think better, you could listen to your gut better, in my opinion. For example, I'm a tarot reader. So if I eat something heavy, it's kind of like I can't think. My energy is just focusing on digesting. It's like it kind of wants to rest. It kind of wants to sleep. It kind of wants to just, I don't feel like doing this right now, you know, and I can't focus on the task at hand, you know. So something like that. And then like hydrating is also good because it's like you're flushing everything out, you're getting everything moving, flowing, everything's dope, everything's, you know, I don't know what this is, but you know, it's just flowing. So that's why hydration is important to me. And also the next way that I strengthen my intuition is through meditation. When I am meditating, I'm in a space where I am sitting, you know, posture up, clearing my thoughts, paying attention to my thoughts, but also not at the same time. I'm very present, very still, very open, very, you know, vulnerable in that state of meditation. And, you know, I'm hearing what comes up and what, you know, just the thoughts that come in, like I'm just observing them and just watching them. And it just leaves room for you to discover what is in your subconscious mind that you know, need to face, or what is floating back there. It just kind of makes room for you to just witness what's happening in your head. And to me, that's really important. It's just watching and listening, not so much making an action based off of this intuition, but just looking. And also the next one for me is similar to meditation, but it's different because you're conscious. Is embracing solitude and silence, dedicating at least an hour or 2 hours or the whole day even, because sometimes I go like almost a day without talking or having minimal words to say. But spending time listening, sitting looking out a window, or getting lost in a task and just feeling things, not really having much to exert or say, it kind of leaves room for you to just think and reflect and see how you feel in your day to day, or like reflect on your week and just relax in a way. It's kind of interesting what type of downloads can come when you're just silent and you're just receiving everything and you're just absorbing your day instead of just, you know, talking and exerting so much energy. Just sitting with yourself and being calm and just relax is a good way to just feel out whatever comes up. And also, this is my favorite, your dreams. It's kind of interesting because I have had some interesting vivid dreams in my past, but half of them I can't remember. But the ones that I do remember are the ones that gave me the most insight ever. Sometimes my dreams are I don't know how to pronounce that word, I'm sorry. I could predict the future sometimes in my dreams. Like I'll dream about something happening and then the next day it'll happen. But dreams are basically your subconscious mind out to play. You're watching a movie of just your subconscious mind doing whatever. And it just has like symbolism, and things are emotional, things are wild, and things you never expected to happen, and you wake up in the morning. My camera tripped out and I came back some days later, but I'm here now. Let's continue. So, like I was saying, paying attention to your dreams, the symbolism, the messaging, the visions that you get within dreams are so powerful. You wake up in the morning and you have a tendency to forget everything so quickly, and it's so fast, so rapid. the best thing you could do, the first thing when you wake up, is just write down whatever you experienced or saw. If anything, a sentence even works, because sometimes, like I said, you forget. So a sentence works. So if you were to live your life, right, going ahead in life, and you have an experience that seems kind of familiar, you have a chance to go back into your journal and see what you've written and see if it resonates or connects. And that's basically your intuition predicting the future for you. It's like intuitive insight. It's very, very interesting. One of the biggest mysteries of this life is just dreams. And the dream realm, the astral realm, these experiences are so highly intuitive, and there's no words for it, but the best thing you could do is trust and take heed. For me, I always trust my dreams. Whatever messages they have to give to me, I usually, take that with me and apply whatever it is that needs to be used. It's a lot. We'll glance down. The next one, self-expression. When you're creating, what comes up for you? Have you ever had a moment where you were creating art, in the middle of a dance, in that creative space, that creative heart space, where you're putting your emotions and your mind and your thoughts onto a piece of paper or a canvas or whatever? What are the thoughts that come up for you in that creative state? What messages come up for you? What do you feel inspired? Like, what direction do you feel inspired to go into as you're creating? To me, I perceive that as an intuitive pull. Where do you plan to go? What do you want to do with this creation? Have you ever looked at your art piece? If you're an artist, if there's any artists out there, have you ever looked at your art piece and you're like, wow, that was really in my subconscious mind? Is that what I really meant to put down? Is that what I was really feeling and thinking? Ooh, little things like that. That's creativity. Creativity and intuition, they go hand in hand to me. It's all from the gut. Everything is all from the gut. It's beautiful. I feel like it's an important thing to pay attention to. Our messages, our gut instincts. We as a society have been taught to push down or ignore what we're feeling. Or if we try to explain it to people around us, whatever we're thinking, sometimes we're met with, you're crazy. Why would you say that? That's strange. What? Girl, shut up. Or guy, shut up. You make no sense. And it kind of leads us to a point where we don't know like what's what anymore, and everything becomes diluted. And by us doing little things throughout our day to just listen and bring awareness to what our gut and our mind and our heart is telling us, then maybe we could, exercise that muscle. Because there's nothing like listening to your intuition, especially when like everybody's telling you to do one thing, you kind of don't feel right. You kind of question, is this anxiety? I don't know if I should be doing this right now. But imagine if you would have listened to your gut, that whisper, and you could have saved your own life, or got out of a bad situation before it started, or not have been involved with a specific person or anything like that. Our intuition is one of our greatest tools, and that's a tool, especially women who have, or are very intuitive. women have this particular instinct. It's undeniable. So strengthening and listening is so key. But that's all. Thank you guys for watching. This is the end of the video. I appreciate all the love. I appreciate all the support. Come through, support, subscribe, comment. How do you feel about your intuition? What are some daily practices you use to strengthen that intuitive muscle? It's such a powerful thing. We need to love on it more and trust it and never deny. Bye.